challenge our guys and see what they can handle. And when you see that they can handle it, it's awesome. It gives you that flexibility. And he's just a competitive kid that's smart, that wants to do it right.
Do you see that it's cleared his mind and allowed him to play a little bit faster on the outside?
Yeah, anytime you can. We told him in that block, it was like, we just want you to focus on corner this block. So, yeah, that's going to free anybody. It's just like when you're learning, you have a linebacker who's just playing one spot. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's like moving an O-lineman to a different position. Anytime you do any of that, it's just harder than you think. It may sound not that hard on paper when you just talk about it, but it is. It's a big difference. So, yeah, it definitely cleared him out to play faster, and it was good to see.
With the ramp up, how much time does a guy like Huff need after missing?
Excuse me?
How much time in terms of a ramp up does he need when he gets back?
We've got guys that they've got all that. They've been doing this for a long time, and they're really good at it. So they have all the metrics and the measurements and all the checkpoints, which he's been going through that process. There's so much years and years of data, and they've been with them. They'll let us know. So I think it's just
the football play. Is there amount of time a guy needs just to be back comfortable in the?
I think it just depends on the player. He's got a lot of experience. So with someone like Huff, you would trust him, as long as, once he comes back and he's communicating like he did, he's moving like he did, and you can trust, what you're seeing, but also what they're telling you and their comfort level. It would be different than someone who's new or someone who's played 8 years, So I think with him, it's once he feels good and ready to go, we'll go with that.
We're going to start having conversations to cut down to 53, and say you're deciding between a guy who's been around, a veteran a little while, and a younger guy who maybe you'd have some upside there. What kind of goes into that, and how much does, now that you can keep veterans in the practice squad, maybe change the equation of what it used to be?
Oh, it makes a huge difference. I mean, it wasn't too long ago you only had 5 practice squad players, and there were so many limitations on that. The standard elevations now that you can do with players and how many times you can do it, I think it's smart, because back in the day, or even in those days, not too long ago, you would play through injuries. You wouldn't report them, or you would just play through them. Where now you can be smarter, because you can standard elevate guys, and you've got guys that are in your program that you're developing. The 16, and 6 of them are veterans, which I think also extends the careers of these guys that all feel like you could play longer if you just had a chance that you could hang around. So it also makes the whole onboarding of players a lot better too, where they're not just showing up on a Monday workout and then you sign them and meeting with them on Tuesday and shoot, they could play that week. That still happens, but you usually want to keep guys that are in your program, and I think that permeates throughout the league. And not only is it good for injuries, it's good for the product of football in the NFL. You see guys that already know what they're doing because they've been on your team on practice squad.
Your side of the ball has been pretty clean in terms of injuries, knock on wood, but do you feel good about where you're at? I know you said before you're never going to be totally satisfied, but
yeah.
Is this about where you hope you'd be at this point?
It is, because of the mindset of the guys. I think everyone likes who they're playing with, and they like how everything is progressing. Like I said, we try to make stuff harder for guys, and the communication's good, the energy's good. And in that respect, I am pleased. You're never totally happy, but as far as our progress, how our guys are, our coaches are coaching, how the players are getting coached, and how they're working together and getting closer together. They work hard every single day, and that's really, to me, it's a day by day. I know I've said it before, of work hard, get better. It's just, and being short-sighted like that's a good thing, I think.
As the play caller, how much flexibility does Fred give you in what he can do?
As a what? What'd you say at the
beginning?
beginning?
As a play caller, how much flexibility does Fred Warner give you in terms of kind of put him in any position and maybe experiment? How much flexibility does that give you, and what makes him so unique?
What makes Fred unique, he's a machine. I think he's the best linebacker in the NFL. I mean, he does it every single day. He's so consistent. He's a leader. He plays fast. He plays physical. He attacks the ball. He's a good tackler. He's good in coverage. I mean, to me, he's complete. But what he does is he practices like that every single day. That's why I, referenced that he's kind of like a machine. It's just an every single day thing with him, and he's trained, and it's very serious. I don't think any player I ever played with or have coached, it's never an accident. It's never a coincidence. A lot of times they are extremely dedicated. They have a clear plan, and they probably work the hardest.
You've had a month now to look at your new front four with Bosa and Hargrave and Collins and Floyd. What are you seeing out of those guys, and And I know you like to rotate a lot on the front, but it seems like with those four, they might be able to handle a bigger workload than normal.
Yeah, they're fun because they do have such good movement and power. I think they really work well together. I think they enjoy, working together on the stunts, but also, taking pride in the run game, that you got to earn your pass rushes by being good in the run game. And just excited to see those guys play together.
Graham looks pretty special. And what does he need to do as far as development to get to that next level so he's running with the ones?
You talking about Jalen Graham? Yeah, it's the linebacker room is really a competitive group right now, as you've seen. Those like D and Jalen from last year to this year progressed a lot after that rookie season, but it's just all of them together have kind of made it competitive and progressed together. It's really going to be a tough decision for us.
Malik obviously plays like 100 miles an hour, and that's great, I'm sure. But it seemed like on Sunday there were maybe some missed tackles over running backs. Does he need to kind of dial? Obviously, you don't want to take away his aggression or what he does. It's so excellent, but is he in some ways?
No, I think there were two of them you probably think of. One was like both of them were kind of on the sideline. One of them he kind of got tripped a little bit if you watch it, and then another one he just got to trust it and keep going. I don't think he overran it. I think he just needs to trust, and that's our tackling style of understanding that he can just keep triggering and go. He's already shown that he can do that. So now it's when someone shows that they can do something, all right, we're more concerned with what you can do. Let's try and do that as much as possible.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Sorry about that.